we're going to start now. So, have you read Unit 11 of Science?
Yes.
Okay. So, can I ask you some questions?
Why not?
Okay. So, what would a doctor be? A tertiary worker, primary worker, or secondary worker?
What?
Would a doctor be a primary, secondary, or tertiary worker?
Tertiary worker.
Okay. So, how about a teacher? Are they primary, secondary, or tertiary?
Primary, secondary.
No, tertiary. Okay, let's go to the next one. Factory. Is that primary, secondary, or tertiary? Someone works in a factory. Someone works in a factory. What's that? Primary, secondary, or tertiary?
Tertiary.
No, that's secondary. Okay. So I'll keep going. Getting milk. Is that primary, secondary, or tertiary?
Primary.
Primary is correct. Okay, so going under the ground and mining ore, like iron ore and things like that, is that primary, secondary, or tertiary?
Tertiary.
Primary. Okay, making timber and cabinets and houses like this one here. The man here with that one here. He's making a chair. Primary, secondary.
Primary.
No, that's secondary. Okay. G, building a house. Primary, secondary, or tertiary?
Tertiary.
Hey, cutting someone's hair. Haircut, hairdresser. Tertiary. Fishing. What do you think that is?
Tertiary.
That's primary. Okay. So what you got to think about, the word primary means a prime thing. Okay. So remember we talked about the man making the chairs. Right?
Okay.
Wood. He didn't cut the wood. You understand? He didn't cut the wood. He went to buy the wood.
Okay.
But the man that cuts down the trees is a primary worker. That's the first one in the line. You understand? So
yes.
If someone goes down, that's the primary man. If then they cut the tree and they make it into boards and things, that's secondary. So if they make it into boards, that's secondary. If they make furniture, that's secondary. Okay, if they make chairs, that's secondary. Okay, so fishing.
Okay.
Fish are already there on the sea, aren't they? Did they make the fish?
What?
Did they make fish?
No.
Catch them. So because
they get fish.
They catch fish, and because they're just catching them, that's primary. Do you understand? They're not making the fish. So that's just primary. So when you're making something from something that's already there, like for instance, this one here, you see that one here, they're making something in a factory. They're making noodles, okay, in a factory. So that's made from wheat. Okay, the farmer that made the wheat is a primary worker. Do you understand? The man that grew the wheat is the primary worker. These people have made the wheat into noodles, so they're secondary workers. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay, that's good. Now, how about cows? Cows. Cows.
Primary.
Must be primary because, but how about we make a cake from
Uh,
It's got to be secondary, hasn't it? 'Cause someone's already made them. Someone's already made the wheat to make the flour, so that's a secondary thing. Say I run a cake shop, okay, or I make cakes and sell them in the supermarket. That's a secondary sector work, okay. Now,
okay.
tertiary jobs are things like lawyers, doctors, teachers, and they're not doing anything with produce, okay? So they're not getting steel and doing something with it. They're not getting food and doing something with it. They using their knowledge base. Generally, they have to go to university for that. So if you work in a factory, you don't have to go to university. If you make milk, you don't have to go to university, okay? You do a building, you don't have to build a building, you don't have to go to university. So in the tertiary workers have gone and studied for 4 years plus or more at university, okay? So scientists, lawyers, doctors, teachers, all of those people are tertiary workers. Makes sense now? Okay, so someone's touching for the first time, like they catch the fish, that's a primary worker. Then they sell that and they put them in a can. That's a secondary worker. Okay? Someone cuts a rice, that's a primary worker. Someone makes the rice into cake, that's a secondary worker. Okay? So on the next page, it says in Spain, about 5% of people work in the primary sector, 30% in the secondary sector, and 65% in the tertiary sector. So 5% are doing primary work like growing food. Okay, so all farmers are primary workers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Can you see me okay?
Very well.
No, the internet just went ding, ding like that, so it's just come back up again. Went ding, ding, down and up. Okay, so that will help you read through that section, right? Let's go back to number 10. We'll go back to number 9, actually, because we're way back. So have you got your science book there?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about number 9 with you, so you can think about some of the things that you learned there. Page 104.
What page?
104 of your science book.
Okay. I'm in.
I'll just check. Okay, page 104, right? Is in this unit we're going to learn about soils, rocks, and minerals. And if you look at the picture, we've got a tree with all the roots out. Can you see that? And then we can see the soil on the ground, so we can see under the ground. Okay. So what animals can you see in the ground? Anything?
A centipede, a worm,
Yeah.
and
Crickets.
centipede, a worm, ants, piglets.
And then there's a called a mole. Say mole.
Mole.
Mole. Okay, so moles live under the ground and they burrow under the ground. They look for worms to eat. But what do you think they do when they burrow? What do they make in a big hole?
They make their home.
They make their home under the ground. They've got very small eyes. They can't see very well. They have big claws and they dig through the soil under the ground. But by doing all those holes, it allows the water to come into the soil. Okay, because good soil needs water and air. So it allows air and water to come into the ground. How about
What?
what are the crickets doing?
What?
look at where the crickets are. What have they done? They made holes too? Yes. Can you see them on? They're on this side of the page. Here, I'll show you here. Where my finger is. See where my finger is, just below the moles. Can you see them there?
Yes.
Okay, so they're digging holes as well. And then if the water comes down, can you see the bits that go up like that? Like it goes along and then it goes up a bit, or it comes up and it goes up like that. If the water comes down, they just go in there. Okay? So that'll allow them to live under the ground. But what it does do, it allows the water to come into the ground and the air to come in the ground. Now, I've got to tell you something. In Thailand, you can't buy crickets. You're not allowed to buy crickets. It's illegal to sell them. You know why?
I don't know.
It's because the king there found out that the soil was getting harder and harder because they're eating all the crickets. And there wasn't any water going into the soil, and they weren't growing as many good fruits and foods and things like that because everyone was eating all the crickets. So he told them, no more crickets. So the trouble is when you take all the crickets out of the ground, the soil gets harder and it doesn't get any water or air in, and all of that things help for the soil to be better, okay? So healthy soil means healthy food. Bad soil means food's not that
Bad
good,
food.
and you might not be able to grow very much. Okay, so I'm going to read this. You already know that all living things need food, water and air, but soil...
Yes, it's Bunley again.
Oh, hello.
Hello. You broke your teeth, right? Yep. Nice.
Hello.
Did your brother punch you in the face? No, my mom broke it. Why? Because my mom... Oh, you talk too much. Hello? I don't know what to do.
You've got pizza to your child as well. Okay. Now, what we're going to do... I'll just see how long we've been... Okay. I think grab your science books out. Okay?
Wait a minute.
Science books out. We're going to go to page 92 again. Supati, what are you doing?
Yes.
Studying hard?
Yes.
On grade 4?
What?
You've been talking on grade 5?
Pizza.
Okay, there's
Hello.
Hello.
Bye, hello. How are you today?
Hello.
You had a shower?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Grab your science books. We're going to go to page 92.
Already.
Now,
Look at Fly.
Lou's sort of streaked ahead. So he's up to unit 9, 10, 11, like that. But we're going to keep coming back and do revision anyway. The last time...
My practice book.
Okay, I'm going to give you a bit more information, then we're going to come and have a look at the practice book as well, okay?
Teacher, but I finished all the practice book already.
Okay, well, can you listen in?
Okay.
Yes. Something you can pick up. Okay, so did anyone find out what the largest mountain in Cambodia is?
Lane Mountain?
What's it called?
Kulane Mountain?
No.
No.
I think it's called Oriole. Oriole Mountain.
I don't know. Teacher.
Okay, well, before the lesson I'll find out. But
Oh.
largest, I think it's called Oriole Mountain, which is over near Busan. is the largest mountain. It's not that high. It's only about maybe 1,790 meters or something.
What the?
That's the largest mountain because we're talking about the game.
That's so many.
Okay, so that's not very high because tallest mountain is, let me think, it's about 16,000 meters tall. Okay? So mountains can get very tall, very big. So the largest mountain is in the world.
Blue Line Mountain?
No, Mount Everest. It's in
Oh.
Nepal way over at the top of India. There's a huge mountain range called the Himalayas. Okay. Now, have you guys, all of you boys, logged on to the grade 3 work folder?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes.
So I'm just waiting for some other videos to be loaded, but you should find today that, I'll see if I can share my screen. And
Yes.
can you see something around there or not? Here now.
Wait, you use a computer?
If you can't find it, right, you just go to grade 3 work. Okay, press a button and it'll come up. Okay, so grade 3 work.
Grade 3 work.
Grade 3 work. Okay, if you can't find it. Now I've uploaded some instruction videos there for this week. We're going to be looking at
Science.
science, right? So we're going to do 7, the water table, right? Finish that off. And then you can go on to 8, what we're going to be talking about today, landscapes, okay? Now, most of you finished 7. I got your work from South the other day, okay? So most of you finished number 7, and then we can go on to 8. But make sure that you finish off 7 in your activity book, okay? The small one, thin one like that, okay? So let's just go over unit 8. So we've done mountains. Let's have a look at flatlands. It's page 93. Okay. So page 93. Inside on page 93 science books today. Okay, here we go. There are no mountains or hills in the flat landscape. You can see plains and plateaus. So everyone say plateaus again.
Plateau. Plateau.
Plateaus.
Plateaus.
Like the toes. Plateaus.
Plateaus. Plateaus.
Plateau.
Plateau.
Plains are low. A plateau is a high plain with steep sides. The biggest plateau in Spain is La Mista. Okay, if you remember that. A flat landscape is a good place for growing crops. Farmers can grow crops on plains. Wheat and rice are 2 important crops in Spain. We use wheat to make bread. Many people live in a flat landscape, okay? So we looked at that and we said that Coolen Mountain is a bit like this one here, this steep sides going up and then it's flat at the top. So Coolen Mountain in English would be a plateau, okay? Let's go to 94. Right, and did anyone have a chance to make a relief map? So down the bottom.
Yes.
You did? Okay. So relief maps are quite interesting in that we can look at a map and determine what the terrain, and that's what will be ahead of us. So
Yes.
quite often on relief maps they use different colours for different types of simple ones, and on other ones they use lines to show that it's getting steeper and steeper like this, going up and down. Okay? So I'll just see if I can find something about that on YouTube.
Oh my.
Okay. Just let me know if you can see this. Experiment a bit.
Oh, I'm watching video about
This.
watch a video with me.
Can you see what I'm seeing? Can you see?
Yes. Yes.
So what you can see is a man going to the map, and now he's going to look at the relief map. So he goes to Google like this. He's picked out an area. Okay. He's picked out that area there. And then looking for what it will look like as a relief map. Okay. Going back and place that into another area.
Oops. What is that? I don't know.
From the satellite. Okay. This is a satellite that's coming from above. Okay. And he's created something, right? You could have put that into another program
Yes.
and see map. Okay, so there it is.
Oh, hello.
Okay, so can you see here
Uh,
where it's nice and green and that coming down is a creek, right? Up here is a mountain. Can you see it's very steep, right?
oh, I did.
Very
Oh,
steep.
that's not here.
And there's a valley here, and this has got a road running through it. Okay? It's got a creek running through it. And this is another ridge. There's another ridge. There's another ridge. And down here it's very flat. Can you see the flat parts around this part here?
Yes.
And the satellite.
Yes.
And over here, there's a big mountain range again. Okay? The road comes down the valley. Very steep here. So the road comes along the edge of a mountain till it comes to this town here. Okay? And it pans out about there. That's how he's making a relief map. Okay? He's cutting that off Google Earth. That shows you the area that is. Okay? Everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we're talking about a little bit today, right?
Yes.
Understand that. You'll know that, and I'm going to tell you what the answers are. So go to page 94. Map 1, as I said, look at these, would line up with relief map C. Can you see the relief map C? So let's have a look at our screen here. This is one here would line up with C. Can you see that? Have a look on your book. So how many mountains are there? Can you see the three of them in the photo?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
if you look at C, it has 3 brown pieces, and that's saying that those bits of land are high. Okay, so they're using color to show that that land is high. Okay, map 2 now. Sitara, Sang Hak, map
Yes.
with what relief map? A, B, A or B? Map.
What do you say?
So map 2 in your book, what would that line up with? What do you think? Map 2 would line up with A or B map. Can you see it? In your book, page 94.
Yes.
Can you tell or not?
I can.
Okay, Ponlu,
Yes.
tell me.
What?
Drawing of page 2, what would that line up with? Map A or map B?
Map A.
Map A. Why?
What?
Why is that? Why are you saying A? What are you seeing that other people aren't seeing? What can you see in map A that lines up with the drawing of number 2?
A river
Okay, that's probably
and a lowland.
And the lowland. Okay, so lowland is green in our map. Can you see that from our top? Okay, Pisai, where are you?
Yes.
Okay, can you see that map B looks like drawing 3? Can you see that in your book on page 94?
Yes.
B. So you can see the river going around, the blue one goes around
Yes. Yeah.
the plateau. And what's the yellow color mean? What's the yellow color mean?
The yellow color means the medium land.
Medium land. So it's not as high as a mountain, but it's higher than a plain. And so a plateau is like, see that? So A lines up with 2, B lines up with 3, and 1, C lines up with 1. Can you see how they've drawn them to show what the terrain is like, how high the mountains are and things like that. Okay, so if you do get a chance, try to make a relief map, right? So that you can get used to the idea of a map showing height as well as things, okay? And a map showing valleys and showing. Did everyone get that? Chai, did you get it? You understand?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Tara, oh, he's not here, sorry. Sai, you.
Yes.
Okay. Sai, did you get it? Who's doing all the arrows on my screen? Sai, did you get it? You understand? A little bit? Nothing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go on. Here we go. Page 95. Rivers can be long or short, but they're all made up of 3 main parts. These parts are called the upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. Course means when we describe a river, we can say the river course, where it runs. Okay? So if you imagine
Yes.
a mountain here and the river comes down like that, out into the sea, that's the whole river course. Okay? So that's the word.
Yes.
And when it's up in the mountain, it's up in the mountain, that's called the upper course. When it's in the middle of the river, how far the river is, that's called the middle course. And when it's in the lowlands, it's called the lower course. Okay? Okay, the other word that we had was the source, meanders, tributaries, and mouth. Now, let's see how well you know this. What does the mouth tell us about the river? What's happening at the river mouth? Okay. Guy, what's happening at the river mouth?
Wait, what?
Comes out to where? Hmm? Okay, Ponlu, you know, what happens to the river mouth?
To the sea.
Comes out in the sea. Okay, what happens in the middle course? Saihat, what happens at the middle course? Saihat.
What?
If you've got the TV on, turn it off, please. I can hear the TV or something, so I need to turn it off because everyone can hear. If anyone's watching TV or watching something on their other iPad, please turn it off. I can hear it.
Not me. Only. Yeah.
Turn it off now.
Is I playing Mobile Legends? No.
Your brother playing something?
Not.
Saihat, is your brother,
Yes. What?
your brother playing on his iPad or something?
No.
Well, listen, music.
Did you play Mobile Legends? No. I play already.
Okay, river
đâu đặt mình khoảng đâu được club đó rồi nhỉ?
where the water comes.
Này ở xã
Huh?
này đấy,
Water comes out of the rock. What do we call that?
mình đặt ở đâu rồi vì màu?
You sit. It's in your book.
Sao mình hai tôi gì?
Niên. Cái trường môn này.
Okay. What do we call that? The water comes out of the rock. It's called starts with S.
Source. Source.
Source, it's correct.
Source.
Okay.
Source.
Where a creek comes into the river, what do we call that? Where a creek comes into the river, what do we call that?
Meanders.
No. Creek.
Tributaries.
What do we call it? Where the,
Tributaries.
what happens when the river does this? What do we call that?
Tributaries.
Going around like that?
Tributaries.
No.
Tributaries.
Okay. So this week I was going to ask you what rivers.
What is that noise? Marinda.
Okay. No matter what river you ask you, closest to Siem Reap. What is the closest? What is the river in Siem Reap called?
Sao này suy nghĩ?
Đi ăn nào, làm công việc.
Khi nào cực này gì?
Thấy bên cận nhẹ.
Thì ngào.
Okay, no one's answering.
Ngào.
What's the river in Siem Reap called? Does anyone know?
Khi nào cực này?
Do you know what the river is in Siem Reap? You know what the river is in Siem Reap called?
Con người sáp.
No. Chad, you know what it's called?
This one.
What did you say?
River in Siem Reap called?
I don't know.
You know? You know?
Khi thằng na vào đây cho khi nóกิน
No. Oh.
Okay.
Dạ, con không phải.
So you know?
No.
Very obvious. It's called the mouth. It's called the Siem Reap River.
Huh? Wait.
Siem Reap River.
The river?
So the river at the end
What do you hear good?
is that's
Siem
river.
Reap River.
Yeah, but you hear right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Normally you have to sit there.
Looks like you can hear me okay now?
Bookmark and yes.
Okay, so we have a river near us, right over there. It's only about maybe 100 meters from the Siem Reap River. What's the source? What's the source?
Coast. Roller coaster.
Where does the water come from? Anyone know?
Screen one is
On Lou, do you know where the water comes from?
What?
Where does the water come from?
The water come from the air.
Oh. So,
The
you
cloud.
know where it comes from for the Siem Reap River?
Oh, the river.
No. Where's
Groundwater.
where's the source?
The ocean. The ocean. The ocean.
No.
Groundwater.
No.
Groundwater. The sea. Groundwater.
Start.
Atmosphere.
Kulin
No. No.
starts in Kulin Mountain, okay?
What?
Siem Reap River starts in Kulin Mountain. Okay. Does it meander? Does it have meanders? Does it go like this? Who's been up the river? Anyone? Okay. So I'll stop asking questions. I want you to listen now. So we're looking at rivers. Right?
I don't think so.
River Siem Reap. We want to don't look around. Don't touch anything.
Little farm.
Hi, Henry, get your Hi, can you shut your door?
Yes.
I'm hammering at your house.
What? Platinum sheep. Ông Paul anh ạ cái rượu của anh là
Okay. River's making this noise. It sounds like hammering. You said it's hammering at your house? Like making a hammer at your house?
It's not. What? No, not me.
Where's it? And someone tell me if the noise is coming off the top. How about you just get shut the door so you can't hear people banging like this?
Not me. Not me. Not me. I'm just in my house.
Well,
Lên lưu tập bằng
wipe the noise, please.
đang ngó phía trên
Turn your speaker off.
cái nè cái vay xanh chứ cái lục những cái cặp xanh
One little bit. You move
mình
up.
để cái xanh. What?
Can you move upstairs away from the noise?
Thế mà khi mà có hai người đến thì người dùng
Now, let's listen in.
What?
thì just thảo
Right? Cooling down. Start to bring blow
Normally you see you here, not only the screen. We can see you there.
down through Siem Reap
Now.
on the sand.
Stop.
So does everyone understand that? Where's the
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Sai Hut? Where does the river start?
What?
Where's the source?
What do you say?
Where's the source of the water for the Siem Reap River? Where's the source?
The source.
From the- Okay, Sai Hut, where's the source of the Siem Reap River? I've just explained it.
Source of I don't know.
So write down your name, please. Now,
Your house is very noisy at the moment.
Not my house. Not my house.
Con Luke,
Not my house.
please.
mày đang căn phạm ổn ra đây ảnh liền.
Con Luke, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you go upstairs, please? Your house is very noisy. The bank.
Okay.
Is that your number?
Can I go in the bedroom?
Không phải nào.
Okay.
Thôi sự là xử.
No,
Sự là xử.
they need to be quiet while you're listening to renovations. You can't be making things. It can't be done. Otherwise,
I just need to turn on the aircon.
okay. Inside, can you move away from the other at all?
Write down your name, please. Here. Yes, write down name. Hả?
Oh my god.
My Facebook.
Okay. Again, please. Siem Reap River starts as a source at Coolen Mountain. It springs up out of the rock of the mountain. Then it flows off.
Hello? Yes.
The family's listening in, please. Can you go upstairs, please? Up the stairs.
Who's that dog?
You want a computer or a laptop?
Phone.
Okay, we'll take the phone and you book upstairs.
I am in upstairs. Mà sao chơi lỗi rồi?
Okay, next time, make sure that your house is quiet, right?
Yes.
Away from other
Yes.
people, not in the kitchen, not near someone hammering, okay? In a room.
Teacher, what about the bedroom?
Well, that's the quietest. Otherwise, you can't learn.
Okay.
It's too noisy. Okay.
Oh, shush.
Here we go again. You're looking at our river here in town. It's called the Siem Reap River. It starts at Coolen Mountain, right?
Yeah.
Water comes up out of the ground. That's called the source. Then it flows off the mountain, and there's little creeks all the way down that add in to the river, okay, from other rain. And up near Banti Sarai, it meanders through the landscape. It makes all these meanders. You go to Banti Sarai, you go over bridges there, and you can look and you can see the river bending like this. Then it comes through Siem Reap. It actually has a big bend here at Old Market. Then it bends again to go down past the weir, and then it small meanders all the way to the Tonle Sap. Okay, so the mouth
Yes.
at the Tonle Sap, the source is at Coolen Mountain, The meanders are up around Banti Sarai, and there's small creeks and other things to the river itself. Okay? So, again, I'm going to ask, where does it start? Where does it start? Where's the source?
Start at house.
Where's the source? Coolen Mountain. I've just said that 4 times. Where's the meanders? Where would the meanders?
Coolen Mountain.
No, Banti Sarai. Where's the river mouth? Where does it come out into?
Come out into the sea.
No, it goes in the Tonle Sap. Okay, and the Tonle Sap, all the water runs into the sea through the Mekong. Okay, that was very difficult. We're going to do one more page and we're going to finish up for the day. I've just got a bit of extra time to give me some more time. Listen, we're going to meet on Wednesday now at 10:30. I'm not getting all the people that I was hoping to get. I wanted to get about 20 people today, but there's not many people here.
Okay.
So we'll meet at Wednesday at 10:30. Let's turn to page 96. When we meet again, make sure that you're away from other people, quiet, so that we don't have other children or parents making noise around us. Okay. So there's words there that we need to know. So I'm going to just test you to see if you know them. What's a beach? Anyone know what a beach is?
Yes. Yes. It's an area of low flat land next to the sea. Next to the sea beach. Beaches have sand or rocks.
Okay, who's been to Kent before?
Me.
So cliffs are?
Cliffs are high wall of rock next to the sea.
Okay, that's number E. A bay is?
A bay is where the sea goes into the land.
Have a look at C, that's a bay. A cape is?
It's an area of land that goes into the sea.
Okay, so we can see that B is a cape. An island is?
An island is an area of land that is surrounded by water.
And a group of islands is called who can say that word?
What?
A group of islands is called
Archipelago.
archipelago. Archipelago.
Archipelago.
Let's have a look at the next page because we've still got a bit more time. Most towns on the coast were originally small fishing villages. People go on a holiday to the coast, and now many of these villages are very big. Today, there are tourist resorts where there are new hotels, apartments, shops, and restaurants. There are marinas full of boats. Okay, if you go to Kempot, there's all hotels there, and shops and resorts. People like being near the water. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about this one next. I just wanted to revise that because last week everyone seemed to...
Coastal landscape.
Okay.
This escape.
In this, on page 33, you can go to the files that I've uploaded in the work area and listen again, and I'll explain every page of this book. Okay? So this book, you can just go, it's got student activity book, right? Okay. Now, it's a hard word, that's why I'm going to explain it today, and I hope that you study this.
Yes.
A machine that measures the speed of is called an anemometer. Right? In the bottom here. what does anemometer do? So it's on page 33. What does an anemometer do? Everyone say anemometer.
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 Okay.
Anemometer.
Measures
Anemometer.
thermometer. Everyone say thermometer.
Thermometer.
Measures the air temperature. It's about 40 degrees today. Okay. This glass one here.
Weather vane.
Here, the glass right there. That's measuring rainfall. And they measure it in millimeters. Okay. Remember how we learned about millimeters? Okay. So, and then this one is directional. Okay. So after you finish number 7, I want you to go on with number 8 as well. Okay. Time to do number 7. Lu, I want you to pick up your science, math stuff today at 1:15 and move on with that this week. But the rest of you, I want to finish off this book, your activity book, Unit 7, right?
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
that we're going to go on to Unit 8. Okay? So, is anyone having any trouble with anything? Any
No. Not me. No. No.
How's everyone going?
Okay.
Well, I'll just go get it. Let me think.
What? Nothing. It's Cookie.
Hey,
What? Coming to play Mobile Legends. Lie.
okay.
Listen.
You finished Unit 10 of your maths book.
Me.
Good.
Me.
I don't know yet.
I don't know. I'm in the last.
I don't know yet.
This is division.
Oh yeah, I did it.
Anyone
Yeah, I
have
finished.
11?
Division yet.
11 I didn't. I'm in the last unit and I finished it. You already finished the book. Yes, how do you know? And I finished my English practice book. Yeah, I also finished the whole book. Because it's too easy.
Okay, who's done 12?
Me, I don't know.
If you've done 11 and 12 of your maths book. Okay,
I'm really on division.
you're on division. Okay, so you're on 11. What number you on to in your maths book?
Me? I don't know. I'm on. Ooh.
How about you?
I'm on unit 10.
10. Okay, you finished?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going on to 11. Chi, where are you up to?
What did you say?
What unit of your
What are you on? Where are you on? Which unit? Can I go to my math book?
Yeah, your maths book. A lot of that, don't forget. Okay, well, while he's going to get his book, I'll start winding up. So, time because we have a certain amount of time on computer because the other classes need to hook up, so they'll have to use the computer here. Okay, on the stuff working from home.
I'm on unit 10.
Good. We'll finish it off this week. Okay.
Okay.
What you do?
Okay.
on Wednesday, 10:30, I'll be at my house. Okay. And then I want you to listen into only minutes from this book. Go to Grade 3 work. I've put the link up. You can just click on the page number, and it's me talking about that. You understand? So if you've forgotten what I said today, that's fine. Go back over and listen to, say, page 33, page 34 of this book, so that you know what you're doing. Okay? I've read through the page and I explained the page well. Okay? Coming up later in the week, I'll upload some English stuff. All right? Move on, and then we'll keep going. Any last minute questions? Where we are?
No.
Okay, so we'll meet on Wednesday. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Meet Wednesday?
Okay, good. Oh, sorry, good.
Okay, we'll meet on Wednesday, and I'll have some other stuff for you to work through.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk to you then. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, Teacher Alan.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for listening. Just go to a quiet room next time, okay? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Mr. Strike.
Meeting.
Japan is gone.
Mommy, I'm done. I'm done.
It's okay, man.
I'm done. So, Rose.
Say cái mình. Thấy kì. Cái mình.
Teacher, I cho bà tóc nè để snap nè. I snap through